Okay, so you're gonna start with the kettlebell hanging behind your back, roll your shoulders back and down. We're gonna start with the neck. Dip your chin as far down as you can, rotate to the left as far as you can. Do a little dip back behind your shoulder with your ear. Draw a circle around with your chin till you're dipping your ear along the other shoulder, and then bring it back. So come through. So then you're gonna speed it up, trying to make a nice smooth circle. 3 to 5 reps in each direction. Back to center, rotate the other direction, dip, draw the circle, dip, and come forward 3 times, 3 to 5 times. Good. We're gonna do the same thing with the mid back. So you're gonna hug yourself, squeeze your glutes so that your hips don't go along for the ride. You wanna try to isolate the middle back. You're gonna rotate down as far as you can. Rotate to the left, do a little dip, bring it up and around, dip to the other side, rotate and around. So then smooth it out, nice big circles. Other direction. Good. All right, so let's hit the shoulders. First thing we're gonna do with the shoulder is a scapular car, it's called. So you're gonna make a fist, again, engage your whole body. So brace the rest of your body because you wanna isolate the scapula. So you're gonna reach it out, lift it up, bring it around, down, and again forward. So reach, scapula off. Good. Then change directions. So lift it up. And then we'll do the other side, starting with a reach forward, up and around, then down, forward, up and around, then down. And then other direction, we'll come back, up, forward, and down. Back, up, forward, and down. Good. All right, we're gonna do some arm circles. Just 5 or 6 each direction. Then other side. We're going to do some internal and external rotation. So you're going to pretend you're grabbing a rope on each side. You're going to rotate this shoulder in, this shoulder open, and pretend you're pulling the rope, this rope, so that your shoulder rotates in and your chest slightly rotates that direction. Then we're going to go the other way. Exhale as you're rotating and pulling that shoulder in. Good. Now you're going to take your dowel. We're just going to do some dislocates. So brace the body so that you're not hyperextending in the spine or through the hips. So you're just going to grab that dowel, bring it up and around as far as you can. If this is as far as you can go, then stop, stretch, bring it back. Pull, stop, stretch, bring it back. If you can get all the way around, go ahead and come all the way around, then bring it back forward. Do about 10 of those. To the middle back again, we're gonna go the thoracic spine. We're gonna basically pretend that your rib cage is on a desk and you're sliding it back and forth where the hips stay stable. Another thing you can do is arms out. Pretend you're reaching for an object without moving your hips. Reach the other direction. Reach, 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 reach. Good. 5 or 6 each direction. And then we're going to do thoracic extension and flexion. So you're going to keep your hips stable, pull that sternum in so that your up and middle back rounds. Then you're going to pop it forward, thinking about pushing something off your chest and up at a 45-degree angle. So pull it in, inhale, and then we're going to put those two together, the side to side and the back and forward. So we're going to come in, rotate, and around. So this one will be hard at first, but you'll eventually be able to isolate or put all those movements together versus isolating them. So side, back, side, forward. Good. All right. Oh, there was another one I wanted to do for the upper back. Maybe not. I'm thinking about it. But I can't remember right now. Okay, so let's go to the hips and maybe it'll come back to me. So the hips, we're gonna start by pulling the tailbone under and then reaching the tailbone back. So under and back, under and back. And then we're gonna do the hips side to side. So just, I call it sassy hip, right? So back and forth. And then we're gonna go bigger circles. So your legs will be wide, knees will stay straight, they won't move at all. And you'll push your hips forward to the side, around the back, to the side, and forward. So big, giant circles. About 5 each direction. I'm only gonna do a few. Remember, straight knees and let this movement come from the hips. Now we're gonna do smaller circles. So your knees will move here, but you're gonna do basically just the side, back, side, forward, side. So around little circles. Think of like a hula dancer. And then other direction. Good. All right, so if you have a dowel that's tall enough to hang on to, you don't need the stick mobility sticks to do this. You can just use your normal dowel, but your feet will be hip width apart. This arm will be at like a 90-degree angle. Your opposite arm will reach up and over with palm forward to the mobility stick, grabbing it from behind. And the first thing you're going to do is actually stretch and reach your hip to the side. And then you can use your dowel for just a little bit of leverage. So these are flexible, your dowel won't be, but the stick mobility allows you to get the movement first and then just stretch a little bit more by pushing out. Hold about 10 seconds, bring it in, and then do it again. Hips out first, and then just leverage with your dowel. And then other side, 90-degree angle, up and over, hips go out first, and then use the dowel for a little extra leverage. And bring it in, do it again, hips out. down to the knees. Actually, let's come back up because I forgot the elbows and the wrists. So for elbows, you're going to put your arms out and just wind your elbows around one direction. So try to keep the shoulders steady and just focus on the elbow joint. 5 or 6 times this direction, then 5 or 6 times this direction. And then bring your hands together for the wrists, and you're going to push your right palm over your left, then your left over your right, and just do figure 8s with your wrists. About 5 or 6 one way. So remember, we pushed the right over the left. Now we're going to reverse it, push the left over the right, and do 5 or 6 that direction. Good, let's go knees. So you're just gonna, you can use your dowel for balance if you need to. Lift your leg up and just do like isolated knee circles. So you're just trying to twist a little bit from the knee joint, and then we'll go the other direction. Just like 6 or 7 each way. And then since you're here, you're gonna straighten your leg and do ankle circles. So big giant circles. 5 or 6 one direction, then 5 or 6 the other direction. Good, same thing other side. Lift that leg up, little knee circles. And then other direction. All of this mobility routine is just like a pre-warm-up, kind of trying to figure out where you feel tight or restricted, and then wherever those restricted areas are, you can do a little more work to help increase mobility. But this is kind of like you're testing all of your joints to see how they're moving. All right, we're gonna go to the feet. So with the feet, you're gonna try to leave your little toes down and lift just your big toe, and then drop it down. So do that 3 times, just the big toe, not the little toe, separate it out. Then you're gonna leave your big toe and lift just your little toes, and you'll do that 3 times, and try not to fall into your arches. So try to keep your feet strong on the tripod of your feet, which is 2 points in the front and then the heel. And then you're going to lift your toes up and drop just the big toe from that extended position 3 times. And then you're going to drop your pinky and slowly go in 1 toe at a time, and then lift it up 1 toe at a time, then drop 1 toe at a time, lift it up 1 toe at a time, and 1 more time. Good. All right, down to the floor, we've got a couple more. We're gonna do some wrist mobility. So we're gonna come into the seated position and just do some loaded wrist mobility. So hold this extended position or this flex position for about 10-15 seconds. And then you're going to come around and hold the opposite for 10-15 seconds. And think about all of these muscles in your forearms should be kind of stretching as you stretch your wrists. And then we're going to do some weighted ankle mobility. So you're going to sit down and put a weight at just behind your knee and push forward so that you get that knee over the toe. Again, you're trying not to let your arch fall in, so keep your arch strong, and you're trying not to let your heel lift. So just as much forward knee movement as you can without compromising the arch and without letting the heel lift. So do about 5 pulses like that. So come forward, hold it for 3 to 5 seconds, and then pulse it back, come forward and back. Good. We'll do the other side. Push forward and back. Good, let's do a couple more on the floor. So this one is called World's Greatest Stretch. So you're just gonna come up into a down dog. I like to march up my feet because my calves are tight. And then step it forward, straighten that spine, reach up, and then reach down, up and down. Good, 3 times on that side. Get your down dog and march it out again. And then other side. Good, and then we'll finish on the floor. Spinal extension. You're gonna put your hands by your side and just press up as much as you can with your hips still on the floor. Pull your shoulders down and back, and then exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. One more.